I don't know how many people up, baby, but I've been up for like an hour. It's like 6:30 here. So I wanted to have this quick conversation because I finished reflecting on this dream I had last night. And baby, when I tell you energy hasn't been in such alignment. So this conversation is just a quick conversation of remember to always trust yourself, okay? Me making those decisions that I made, other people may have not liked it, but I needed it, right? So I'm giving y'all a chance to get in here. Did I make this public? I probably didn't make this public. Okay, I'm back. I had to make sure it was turned to public. But yes, so last night's dream is why I'm here right now. I'm not going to be here this long on this conversation. Today is the new moon, whether you are a tropical person or you are a sidereal person. For the sidereal people, it's the Scorpio new moon. For the tropical people, it's the Sagittarius new moon. I claim the sidereal, the Scorpio new moon, and if you can tell, I've been doing a lot of Scorpio shit. Okay, I've been doing a lot of Scorpio shit. Okay, but I'm so grateful for it, y'all, because my dream last night, oh my fucking gosh, it's so powerful. I had to come on here and share it through conversation because if anyone else on here was considering making a drastic change or a drastic move, baby, it's a reason why that was happening. Okay, it's a reason why that was happening. So yesterday I had made a post on Threads and I was like, turns out I really did need to stop smoking weed and I needed to change my environment. And now my neurodivergent brain feels free and like active and it doesn't feel like it has to escape anything, right? Because I realized, y'all, doing things to escape or just to feel this high, that's a scarcity mindset. That's a poverty mindset. And that was revealed to me because it's like, why are you doing this? If you were totally happy with how everything was going on in your life, what this, that, you wouldn't need that. Okay. You wouldn't need any of that. Okay, to relax and cool down, you wouldn't need another substance or something to help you with it, right? And so, y'all know I've been clean from it. I've moved to another country, so duh, I ain't got access to it like I used to. And so I would do it every now and then, right? And so with me not doing it now, hey sis, how you doing? And so, with me not doing it, my brain, when I tell you my mind is so fucking clear, the decisions, everything, my dreams have been even more freaking vivid than what they were before. You know what I'm saying? And so, last night, I was inside of you. Last night, I love that song. I'll make it love to you. But So last night's dream, y'all. So I was in my house, in my house or whatever. And then all of a sudden I start evicting every motherfucker out my house. Like I was like, everybody gotta go. Everybody up in here living rent free in my damn house. Y'all gotta go. Y'all know what all those people were in the dream. It was people who I used to do, just shits and giggles. I would just sit around and waste time with. I would waste time with. I would smoke. I would do this. It was people who was sitting and benefiting off of the comfort and the safety of my home, but they weren't paying rent for that home that they were living in. So I was paying and accommodating in the light bills, in the food bills, and everything else because you got to think the bigger the house or the more people you have in your house, the more your bill is going to be because you have more people using the resources that you are providing, right? So me choosing to not share certain like deep parts of myself publicly or to cut off certain things that was like me cutting down my energy bill. You know what I'm saying? Cutting down my gas bill. And so since I cut down that gas bill, y'all, these past like 30 days or so, so much good shit has been happening. And it's just a clarification, just a reminder that when your spirit is telling you to do some shit, do it. Don't try to make decisions. Don't try to explain that shit. Just do it. And so, for the divine souls who were listening to the message that I recorded yesterday to read it, this is definitely going to make even more sense for you. And if you're not a divine soul or a butterfly yet, I definitely recommend that you join there And today I'm also having my planning session with the members of the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation and then my paid subscribers on Substack. So we're doing a 2026 planning session where we're seeing how we can help each other, how we can collaborate, and just plan out our work and our plans for 2026. Because when I tell you, only those who are intentional will make it. Okay. And so it's all about movement and intention. So last night in my dream, everyone got evicted. I literally evicted all the squatters. It's like some people in our lives be like squatters. You get what I'm saying? So you squatters ain't gotta have rights in your life. Just because they got rights in these some of these states and shit and it's hard to evict them, you can evict the squatter, okay, out of your life. And I strongly recommend for you to evict the squatters out of your life, okay? And I also recommend that if you're someone who is very dependent on smoking weed, you really need to look at your environment, y'all. I speak about this a lot, like within my classes and stuff. Our environments influence us as a person. I realized once I no longer smoke, it was a lot of people that I was spending time with and around that I shouldn't have been around. Like, how are we even in the same place? We're not doing similar things. We're not on the same track for real. I'm wasting time with an energy frequency that's not on the same frequency as me. And what really opened my eyes to this was because um at least every successful person, like highly successful person, when I say highly successful, they running, at least 500K a year, right? None of them smoke or drink. They go to bars to close business deals. They don't indulge. And what they were saying was that when your mind is under any type of influence, you are not in your natural state. You're connected now to a collective consciousness, basically. So every time we, smoke or do whatever the case is, we're connecting with that collective consciousness of everyone who connects to that or who is connected to that. So if you're in a smoke session with somebody and y'all passing it back and forth, y'all are literally sharing consciousness in this moment. And a lot of people, I realized I did the same thing. I would make excuses for it. Like, oh, well, I'm not addicted to it, or oh, ain't nothing wrong with it. It is. It is, y'all. It is. It is. It's an excuse we try to tell ourselves with our brains. If anything, it's better to eat it than to smoke it. Our lungs are not supposed to have that. It's not supposed to have that. And I didn't realize it till after I completely can say I am away from it and I don't need it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because we can become dependent on it. But a lot of times it's our environment. Our environment shift us into a certain frequency that aligns us with that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be okay with shifting that environment. So now that I'm in a place where I don't have access to it and I'm not around people who are doing it all the time, I'm like, why am I hanging with people who are complaining about not being able to pay $50 for a bill, right? Why are we on the same consciousness right now? Why the fuck are you spending money on smoking? You need to be finding a way to make money, right? But it's because their consciousness is not in an expansive way. It's being used as a way to get to escape life, whether we want to accept that shit or not. You know what I'm saying? And in 2026, we're supposed to be experiencing life. Experience life. Don't try to run from life. Okay. Hey, Chastity. Hey, Bianca. Good morning. We're supposed to be experiencing life. Don't run from it. So if you live a life where you got to smoke to escape, to get away from it, that shit is not in alignment with your higher self. And many people could say, well, our ancestors, no, they did it as a specific practice. It was a spiritual practice to connect to a certain thing. It wasn't something that was a daily thing that they did. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You feel me? And I think a lot of times we talk ourselves out of things when intuitive we know we shouldn't be doing this. When we think about how much time we waste going to get it, how much money we spend, you know what I'm saying, to go get it. All of that could have been put to something else. I was sitting there calculating how much money I've spent over the course of, the last few years on it. And y'all, I could have bought some big bag stuff with that. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I always be saying that people got the money. It's about where we put that damn money and if we know how to save it and invest it for the next thing. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of us be throwing money down the motherfucking drain. And I don't care what nobody say, weed is addictive. And the reason why it is addictive is because you're addicted to the feeling of escape. It may not be the actual thing, but you're addicted to the feeling of escape that it gives you, the feeling of relief that it gives you. But the reality is that we can get that for free. We can get that for free, literally, and save that money to the side. Or start creating a life that you ain't got to escape from. Take that shit serious now. You know what I'm saying? Create the life that you don't have to escape from. So if you know that you don't like working a 9 to 5 and you're tired of working this, why the fuck aren't you trying to start a business? Why aren't you trying to put yourself into the place of alignment around people who can teach you how to do that so you can get out of it? You ain't gonna be able to get out of that funk still going from 9 to 5, 9 to 5. You're not. You have to create something that you can live in, or you're gonna have to find something that literally aligns with you and what you like. Going from one job to another job ain't solving shit. You literally are just going at a linear. You're moving at a linear mode. You're not going at a elevated mode. You get what I'm saying? You're not elevating. You're literally just moving from one place to the next place. And that's why many of us will stay stuck. And I think I talked about this on my other channel when we talk about repeating loops. And so that's why on my other channel, I'm starting a series over there where I'm going to be getting into, I asked y'all which one y'all wanted. And so I went by the first 24 hours, and you all, the one that won in the first 24 hours was understanding our energetic contracts. Because I don't think many of us understand the subconscious contracts that we make and how we be stuck in them things. So we talk a lot about celebrities we be in them things too, y'all. We be in them things too and don't be realizing it. And so we basically signing a contract for what our status is in this world, basically, by the things that we do. Our reality is defined by those contracts. And so 2026, a 1 year, it's about yourself. It's about action. It's about moving forward. It's about learning yourself, knowing yourself, being your best self. Being your best self. I think I titled this Freedom because a lot of us, we want freedom, right? But what are the things that we're slaves to? And a lot of times we're slaves in our own mind. And this is something that, for those of you all who are descendants of, from people who, descendants of those who were in slavery, slavery is no longer physical, it's mental now, it's psychological now. We keep ourselves stuck there now. They don't have to beat it into us anymore. We do it ourselves. Literally. Literally. When you sit and look at history, those who read and study know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is what my goal in 2026 is to truly open up the eyes of those who want freedom. Those who want freedom. We're no longer just putting band-aids on shit. We're no longer just taking a piece of, you know what I'm saying, a pill to fix something for right now and then going to the next thing. You get what I'm saying? Like a 1 year, that's Mars. Is saying fuck all that other stuff. Period. Because I can tell you right now, every person that I know, and when I tell you I was one of them, I would be getting upset about things, relationship this, this happening, why this ain't happening. What are you doing to keep you stuck? That's the question. So my dream last night, I don't know. Any of y'all been having dreams too with this new moon? Um, I thought that was so freaking interesting to see me literally evicting everybody out of my house last night. I was like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Everybody had to go. Okay, everybody had to go. And I ended up being in my house by myself. And I was like, wow, I never had my house to myself before. And I didn't realize that a lot of that is still came from my connections to different family members too, right? I had a family member that I recently called to check up on. The first thing they started doing was laying on me an argument they had with somebody. And I'm just sitting here like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to hear this. Yes, exactly, Chastity. Exactly. I'm not a big drinker anymore either. I used to be a drinker in college and I became a semi-alcoholic, honestly. And so when I got out, I just quit cold turkey. It was easy to quit drinking because I never liked how it made me feel. It always made me feel like I wasn't myself, like something else was controlling me. And that's why they call it spirits. That's why they call it spirits. Okay. And so now with the smoking thing, I've had some people here that I've met and they've invited me to come smoking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Because the reality is that with me not smoking, we ain't got shit in common. We ain't got shit in common at all. And sometimes we gotta sit and look at that shit. If you didn't have these different habits and things of what you did, would you still be hanging with these people? Would you still be around these people if it wasn't for your environment? And this is why I tell people never be afraid to leave home. Never be afraid to change cities. Sometimes you need that shit to get out of the mindset of what you are around, out of the collective consciousness of the energy that you are around. Very similar to, a small town person going off to college, for example. They're in this small town, the college, the hometown, they operate a certain way, they move a certain way. But when you go off to this big university, you start to experience different things. You start to see other expansive parts of the world. You get what I'm saying? And then now that opens you up to more opportunity. And a lot of us stay in that one place. We stay stagnant in that one place, that one environment, and they literally stay there and complain their whole life, the rest of their life. They're there complaining. And people say they want freedom, but freedom cannot be found in the same places that keep you captive. You got to be willing to take the leaps. And that's why I always show up authentically. Some of y'all are still subscribed to my channel from when I first started in 2018. Okay. And I've always been open. My channel then was called Live Out Loud with Nicole. Okay. My brand has always been authentically sharing myself and my journey out loud so that you can see this shit play out. So a lot of you all saw my life, my journey play out, even to the space of healing where I'm at now, where one of my parents who I was on no contact with for over 2 years, we talk every day now. We talk every day now. But guess what? I'm gonna be honest. When I went no contact, I was still in victim mindset with that parent. Now, is that saying that that parent didn't do anything wrong? No, it's not saying that. It's about looking at it from a healing perspective of how I am still them and they are me, and how my view of that connection is what creates the reality. And oftentimes we close ourselves off to growth and expansion because we keep our minds small. We keep our minds stuck in what we can see, right? I always say a lot of what you see is a fucking illusion. That shit is not real. It's an illusion. The same way that man can, I love you, baby, you the best, and he just got back from cheating. Okay? I'm using a man as an example because I'm a woman who date men. Okay, so just put whatever you want into place. I know, oh man, baby, listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I understand chastity. I definitely understand, and that's wild because a lot of people. The thing is, when that happens too, when people like that we used to connect with because we did similar things and we stopped doing it, they do that because they have this thing inside of them that takes what you're doing personal. Okay. So, what does that mean subconsciously? You saying, oh, I'm stopping this is you saying this is not good for me, right? But they still do it. So, subconsciously, their brain is questioning it. because they were already questioning it. So they want you to come back and do it with them to confirm and affirm them that what they're doing is not wrong. You get what I'm saying? So you making a change for yourself and doing this. So for example, when I said the changes that I was making here, a lot of people, they weren't really mad at myself, at me. They were mad at the fact that I called them out of something that they know was an issue or a problem about them, but they didn't want to sit with that shit. I tell y'all all the time, I don't give a fuck. I am going to bring that balance however it needs to be done. I'm going to say what needs to be said, however it needs to be said. Because those who are meant to take it and the word, look, Tisha taught me to picking up what you putting down. And then now I've been hearing that a lot more lately too. I heard Mona Leo say it in one of her songs. So, but Tisha was the first person I heard say it, so I'm gonna credit her. But picking up what has been put down. You get what I'm saying? Like only those who are truly in a space of expansion. Because what we do and how we change our lives shouldn't affect them if it doesn't trigger them. So a lot of times when people do that type of stuff, or even the people that got mad at me, y'all, I done lost like 100 subscribers in like a day or something, 2 days or something like that. I don't even remember no more. But I don't even give a fuck. Because guess what? My money going up somewhere else. It is going up in a space with people who are actively working towards something, right? So I had to take that leap to be able to put my energy, the money that I was spending on the energy bill, right, with a bunch of people living in my damn house rent free. I had to kick them out so I could save some money on my energy bill, i.e., also stopping the smoking. So I ain't spending money on that no more. And now I can use that money to be invested into something else. I know I was dating a guy earlier this year, and I knew then that we weren't going to be a good match, and I knew we were going to be ending. And he was actually in a dream last night too. But it was an issue to me that this man he always was smoking nickel and diamond, but his gas tank was literally always, the light was on. He said he ain't got no type of savings, he ain't got no investments. Why the fuck are you smoking every day? Why the fuck are you spending $35 on this every week? Something deeper is going on, and that needs to be addressed. But everybody don't want to address those things inside of them, and we have to realize that it's not our jobs to force them. It's our jobs to have our boundaries of what that looks like and let people do what they gonna do. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you now, those who leave your life going into 2026 and they weren't even fucking benefiting your life, you're not gonna miss nothing. You're gonna look back and they're gonna be doing the same shit that they were doing when you left. Literally, they be doing the same shit. Come back home, the same people who was sitting outside the liquor store, then sitting outside the liquor store now. And I'm gonna tell you one thing also about environment, because that's one thing I love about where I'm at now. I don't see liquor stores, I don't see corner stores. All that stuff is a psychological spell. Why the fuck do you see liquor stores and churches on every corner, but ain't shit healing about what's going on? That shit is killing the communities, okay? And the accessibility, because people are coping with things that are literally killing them and creating health problems that make their life even more difficult, and is feeding the capitalistic system even more, and it makes it harder for them to get ahead, which then affects their children. That's generational shit, y'all. Being somewhere where I don't see, druggies everywhere, I don't see liquor stores everywhere, I'm not being harassed every time I go to a damn gas station or a store, that does something beautiful for your mental health. So that's why a lot of people move to the suburbs. And I know a lot of people say, oh, people who, no, don't even try to shame people who try to move away, because a lot of us need to fucking move away, because the current environments of where you're at and what the hell is going on is keeping you stuck in a loop. It's keeping you stuck in hell, literally. They sold you heaven after death while they live heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are literally living in hell praying for the future to come. And it's like, no, if you only knew, you could create that shit now yourself. but you got to believe that you can create it. You got to be open to the creation of it. And so true freedom comes from not being dependent on shit, not being dependent on nobody, not being dependent on a substance to relax. If you don't know how to relax without smoking or drinking, you are not at peace. You're not at peace. And this is coming from someone who had to experience that within myself. So I can say that I was not always in motherfucking peace. I was still using something outside of me to put me at peace. I was not free because I was still dependent upon this thing for my peace and my freedom. So something else still was my master. And we have to sit and look at that. Do you, what is your master? I have a subconscious archetype quiz. I'm gonna post it at the end of this. I've updated the workbooks on there so they're more longer. Um, and like I reorganized them, things of that nature. Then I also have my ebook that's only available for those who complete the quiz, the subconscious archetype quiz, and that's basically to help you understand where your subconscious mind is at right now and what your subconscious self wants to do, but you may not be there yet. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people want to do things, but they can't because they're stuck in certain energetic contracts. So that's why my focus next year is about helping people break free mentally, not just give you a band-aid of comfort, but actually doing something that our ancestors didn't all, well, they passed down to some of us, and that's, I am a medicine woman. I do have that gift from the ancestors of a healer, of a medicine woman. um but my medicine, I'm actually a medicine woman of the mind, not the type of medicine woman that give you cough syrup because you coughing. I'm the type of medicine woman that helps you understand how your environment may be affecting your breathing so that we can get rid of the breathing problems altogether. You get what I'm saying? So I've been made a medicine woman of the mind. And from the ancestral realm and all of that, that can't be done with me just feeding you shit. You got to learn how to exercise your mind. That's like working out, right? You don't build muscle by watching somebody else pump iron. You got to get your ass out there and start lifting weights too. You got to get your ass out there and start walking and running too. You got to get out there and start doing the work. Someone else can't do all the heavy lifting for you. So I'm teaching you how to do the heavy fucking lifting. If you're not on my Substack, make sure you over there. Enrollment in the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation is also closing on the 30th. After the semester, I am no longer accepting monthly enrollments. You have to enroll for the full 4 months at a time or enroll in the complete school. So if you want to get into the school and be able to have that monthly option, you have until the 30th to be able to get that in. After the 30th, the semesters after this, the enrollment fee is going to be $5,000 to get in. So just a heads up, because I know a lot of people kept saying I'm waiting. I'm letting you know right now. If y'all haven't noticed, every month the fees go up. I mean, not every month, every semester the fees go up because there's more content back there. And so this is the last semester where you can get in monthly. After this semester, you got to pay the full 5K enrollment to get in. And that's just to cut down on certain things as well. But anywho, hey, that old Zulu, Chastity, Bianca, and then Life with Tasharia. I said hey already. So how y'all doing this morning before I go on and get off of here? I was expecting on being on here longer than 30 minutes. I just wanted to talk about this sense of freedom. And freedom, you're not free until you have freedom of mind, and nothing or no one has any type of impact on you. No one or nothing. What up, though, Stoke? And that's why I always say therapy. That's why I do hypnotherapy. That's why I do past life regressions. Like, and then now, oh, y'all, Yeah. So a lot of people kept asking me. I'm not doing personal readings anymore, but I do now have, I just added to my website yesterday. I am doing subconscious consultations. Okay. So it's an hour and a half session. And what you're doing is I'm only taking like 8 a month or so. I think I said it too. But basically, we're talking through what you got going on, what some of your issues are, and I'm literally talking through with you of how to identify those subconscious blocks and things of what you need to do to shift those blocks. So I'm not just doing a personal reading where I'm just giving you, this comfort, but I'm actually helping you look at what you need to shift within yourself and your current reality for the next steps. And so I officially have consultations. I call it consultations and not personal readings, okay? Because I'm not pulling cards. I'm not just reading your energy. We're actually talking through and we're co creating together, okay? For you to have actionable steps once you leave that session. So those are available on my website. Definitely check that out. Like I said, I'm only offering 8 sessions a month. I think I set it to be 2 sessions a week or something like that. So yes, I'm only accepting like 8 of those a month. So definitely go in, get your spot. You can get that from monicole.com. And this is for anyone who they want some extra support. You don't want just a personal reading, but you want to sit and talk with someone to understand what is this blockage, what is in the way, or what do I need to be focusing on first right now before I get to something else. So that is available on my website. Make sure y'all going in there and get booked for that. Okay. Because we're shifting in 2026, period. I could be on here constantly just reading and playing with y'all mind and keeping y'all in a loop, but I'm choosing to help y'all get to freedom. Literally. A lot of readers ain't doing that. And I'm gonna be honest. Once you get out of the loop and you get into your subconscious freedom, you realize a lot of people were keeping you stuck. It's kind of like a mental loop and a mental prism. Their energy was keeping you stuck in a loop. And many people don't be realizing that shit. So this session is to help you understand what are the loops that you're in and how to get out of those damn things. Okay. My goal has never been to make y'all dependent on me. I'm not one of those readers. Okay. I'm not one of those readers who want people to, that's why I ain't got no damn kids. Okay. I don't want no dependence. You hear me? I don't want no damn dependence. But I am a teacher. I am an educator. But any members have any questions before I get off of here, y'all? It is now 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm no longer sick. I got sick the other day, child. Whew, it was some shit going on, okay? But when I think about it, I was purging. Hey, damn, she rocks. How you been, Pooh? It was like a big purge. Hey, Pink and Blue Network. Not all the members coming in when I'm getting ready to close. I know this was an early live. It was a real early live. I said, let me do it now because today is a long day. I have my Substack session today where we're doing our 2026 planning session. Man, so when I tell you, oh my gosh, that night I was calling on my dead granny. I was calling on my mama, my daddy. I was like, I'm going back home. But the next day and like things started getting better and I got my vitamins and stuff and my body was back good, I realized that was literally me purging. I was purging all of that old shit from my old environments. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Samaj Pool, come through, Blue Butterfly. Look, you and Tasharia, I think, are the blue, but no, she's the purple and blue one, so she's the top one. I think she's one of the oldest members on the channel, actually. Her and my mama. I think they're the two oldest. Her, my mama, and Tiffany. Come through, y'all. Y'all know that's the crown chakra butterfly. And then the blue one, that's the throat chakra. Because I colored each one of the butterflies off of chakra colors. And so the red is the first level. That's the root chakra. And then we go up to the orange. That's the sacral. Then we go to the yellow. Y'all get me? Then it's the pink. So I did pink and green because both of those are considered heart chakra colors, but it's the pink and then it's the green and then it's the blue and then it's the purple blue. Look, all the gang is here. So I love to see that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you have a blue butterfly, you on the throat chakra. You got a green butterfly, heart chakra. Pink butterfly, heart chakra. Orange butterfly, sacral chakra. And then if you got the purple blue, that's the ultimate crown chakra. I don't think I ever explained that either. And so that's the energy of the butterflies and what it means to go to a different color. It's like going through that kundalini. Going through that kundalini. That kundalini rising. So if you are not subscribed to my other channel, Doctress Monica Nicole. Dope. That's dope. If you're not subscribed to my other channel, Doctors Monica Nicole, definitely get over there where I'm starting a series over there on top of like my travel content too, but a series on understanding energetic contracts. Make sure you go to my subconscious archetype quiz. I'm gonna put that link. I'm gonna put all the links inside the comments. I be saying that shit, but I'm gonna remember it this time, y'all. I'm gonna remember it. But the subconscious archetype quiz, and then check me out over on Substack and the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation. We have our 2019. I'm not 2019. Ciao! What happened in 2019? Somebody needed to hear 2019 for some reason. But we're having our 2026 planning session, and it's also going to be like a networking session, seeing how we can work together, how we can network together, how we can collab together, to help with what it is that we're creating and what we're doing. And I'm also sharing my personal plans for 2026, and this is the only place where I'm sharing my personal plans at, and it will not be recorded. So if you're interested in knowing how I'm utilizing different spaces and things of that nature, that's the place where you want to be at over on my Substack. And from everyone that I know, they've been liking it. Now, I did import my complete email list over to my Substack. I was like, fuck it. I'm just about to do it. And I told them that they could unsubscribe if they wanted to, if they didn't want to, what I'm saying, receive the contact. And so people have unsubscribed or whatever. That's fine. I think I transported like 1,700 people and like 80 people have unsubscribed so far. And that's actually pretty good because the average is 10% on export lists, on about 10%, what I'm saying, dropping out or whatever. So it's actually still pretty good. So I guess, a lot of my people still kind of like what I'm talking about or whatever. Okay. But yeah, check it out over there on my Substack for those of you all who are serious about your evolution in this upcoming year. You're ready to grow, you're ready to build, you're ready to break those different subconscious blocks that may have been getting in your way of you being able to expand and do. Did that motherfucking bird just drop a fish in the water? Lately, I've been witnessing a lot of birds getting fish out the water. I just saw a bird dropped a fish, and another bird came behind him and got it. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. One of the birds dropped a fish, and another one came and said, "Snatch it." It's mine now. I love watching the birds, y'all. It's these two real big birds that be coming around me now. And they got like this red on their beak, like they beak and stuff. I think they a falcon or something. They some type of like vulture type of something. But they was playing with me yesterday. I was just out here just talking to them. I said, "Y'all the ancestors, ain't y'all?" And they just started, doing their thing or whatever. I love birds so much. Birds always find me. Everywhere I'm at, the birds find me, baby. But okay, I don't see any questions from the members, so I'm taking it that y'all copied over everything I was saying. And for oh yeah, last thing. So one of the things that we are also gonna be doing in the session tonight. So for example, we are gonna be grouping up according to like our topic areas and seeing like, okay, I'm talking about business, you talking about business. Is there an article we can collab on? Is there a video we can collab on? You get what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Because 2026, no one's going to be successful doing shit by themselves at all. You got to have some level of community and networking. I'm telling y'all that now. You're going to see in 2026, it's going to be a lot of collaborations. It's going to be a lot of mutual, like people working together, building together, like getting out of that individualistic mindset of things and seeing the collectivist aspect of it. You get what I'm saying? But I love you. I'm about to get out of here and go. Well, I had to throw my plantain away, so I think I'm about to go to the tienda to get me a plantain and cook that for breakfast. I need to get me some more leche, some more milk, so I can make me some coffee too. You know, one thing I love here is that they sell their milk in like a carton. So like their cartons, their milk is not in the refrigerated section. It's like in the regular aisles and shit. But once you open it, you know, you got to keep it in the refrigerator. It's so interesting, but it be good as fuck. And I ain't been getting sick from their milk either. And I want to know what the fuck is different because every time I have dairy in the United States, I would get sick. Here, I've been drinking milk in my coffee and I ain't been having no issues. I don't be boo-booing after I drink the coffee, none of that. So I don't know what the fuck be going on in the United States with what's going on in the food and shit. But one thing I'm gonna tell y'all here is that the food here, even though I got sick that time, is because my body had to get used to it. This shit is definitely healthier. Oh, and the last thing, y'all. So I was like, I had posted this on Threads. I know I was supposed to be traveling through South America for a year, but part of me kind of want to go to Bali and Thailand next. Cause I was like, oh, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but that's the beauty of freedom of not being like I gotta stay in this place. I can choose. Oh, next month I'm gonna go here instead. You know what I'm saying? I actually like this shit. You said your eggs and your chicken. Wow, your eggs from your chicken. Wow. Yes, it's something about it. Something is off with the food and what's going on with it. It's something off. I think it is you know what? Yes, it is that, Chas. It's the additives. I understand, Bianca. I was the same way, girl. But I got here and I've been making it with my milk. Is literally I got my coffee. It's a local coffee to here. My azuca. Y'all know I'm learning my Spanish, so I'm like, let me speak Spanish every chance I get. And then I have my leche, which is milk, and it be good as fuck. And so I'm about to go to the store to go get me some fruit, a plantain, and some leche, so I can make me some coffee and cook me some plantains for breakfast with some fruit. Oh, I still got that pineapple in there too, so I can cut me up some pineapple this morning too. So yeah, that's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go to the La Tienda. La Tienda. But I love you all. It has been beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I need to go get some food so I can cook. Hey, Profoundly Fresh. Go to the market real quick before the sun really start getting bad. It's a rule here where you walk before 10 a.m. and after 5 p.m. Okay? After 10 a.m. and before 5, baby, it's hell outside. Okay? Your forehead gonna start melting. Okay? You got a lace front, baby. Forget the glue. Just go outside. It's gonna melt by itself. Okay? It'd be so damn hot here. But y'all have a great rest of y'all day. I love you all. And I love you. And I love you. Butterfly. I love you. I do. And it's more than you ever know. I just want y'all to know that I was upset that Trina came to the Boy Is Mine tour for one of the stops. I was mad. Even though I was happy that we had Maya, I was a little sad. I was a little sad that they had Trina. Okay, that's my girl. That's my girl. Okay, y'all, I'm about to go. Bye.